Picture this: a scrappy racehorse, nimble, aggressive, wins a few surprise sprints, suddenly trips at the water jump and faceplants in front of the crowd. Crowd gasps. Some bettors flee. A few sharp punters lean in, smelling value. That's super microcomputer, SMCI, in a nutshell. Over the past year, built for speed in the AI server derby, stumbled on governance and timing issues, and now, after a disappointing quarter, the door is open for contrarians, especially if heavy call option activity is right. The quarter that broke investors' hearts, but maybe not the business. On November 4th, Supermicro reported its fiscal first quarter, ended September 30th, and the headline numbers left a scar. Revenue came in materially below what many expected, and adjusted EPS, non-GAAP, landed around 35 cents, shy of consensus estimates, which, coupled with weak margins, sent the stock lower as traders front-ran worries about demand and timing. Management blamed much of the softness on timing. One large customer pushed some AI server and rack shipments into the next quarter, effectively dragging revenue and EPS into the future quarter. That explanation matters. A timing problem with a single big customer is different from a broad slowdown in demand. Why investors panic at timing misses? Imagine a bakery that told you it had sold 1,000 wedding cakes for the month, then 2 days later says, "Oops, one big wedding moved to next month." If you were pricing the bakery, that slipping order looks like a revenue cut, until the cake is baked and delivered next month. For an AI server maker with huge, lumpy orders, a single customer deferral can look dramatic on quarterly spreadsheets. The market reaction: tanked stock, but not the end of the world. Yes, the stock sold off. Headlines used words like tumbles and plummets. But the important lens is why it sold off. Headlines tend to conflate an earnings miss with business ruin. In SMCI's case, the sell-off reflected a mix of short-term fear, timing plus margins, lingering regulatory/auditor concerns from the prior year, and a natural de-risking after a big multi-quarter run. If you were a trader looking for a quick reaction trade, that's exactly what you got: a loud, emotion-driven exit. Are analysts still tilting bullish? The numbers. Here's the interesting part: many sell-side and consensus data panels still expect profitability to rebound. For example, Barchart survey data and other consensus trackers list a rebound in next quarter EPS toward the low to mid 50-cent range, up from the 35 cents reported in the quarter that disappointed, suggesting analysts see the miss as a timing issue rather than structural weakness. Seeking Alpha's consensus for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2026 shows an EPS estimate around $2.06, putting SMCI at a forward multiple that, by some measures, looks reasonably valued. Those expectations are central to the "buy the dip" case. Put plainly, the market chopped the stock because of an ugly quarter. Analysts still see earnings power coming back. If the analysts are right, the sell-off could be a present value mismatch, the market priced in despair, while the models assumed recovery. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me, or hit the subscribe button and comment the word "more." Just go ahead and type the word "more" so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Valuation: is SMCI cheap now? Using that Seeking Alpha consensus EPS of roughly $2.06 for fiscal 26, the stock trades at a multiple in the high teens, around 17x forward EPS based on that survey. For a fast-growing hardware company that captured a decent chunk of AI server share, that's not wildly expensive, especially if you believe the AI server market keeps growing and Supermicro executes. In short, the valuation argument for "maybe it's time to buy" rests on three things lining up: the company actually hits those forecasts, the competitive landscape doesn't crush pricing, and regulatory/auditor overhang remains cleared. Supermicro is tiny compared with the heavyweights, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, HPE, and Dell, in raw market share and distribution muscle. But it's an aggressive underdog. It rolled out liquid-cooled, AI-optimized servers earlier than many larger rivals and has deep technical integrations with NVIDIA for top-tier data center GPUs. That engineering speed and focus on specialized AI platforms allowed it to capture roughly 9% of the dedicated AI server market in 2024, per AB Research, impressive for a smaller OEM. That market share helps explain why customers pick Supermicro for customized, high-density GPU deployments. Picture the AI server market as a race with HPE and Dell like big, rolling tour buses with powerful engines and room for hundreds of passengers. Supermicro is the tuner sports car with spoilers and neon underglow, faster to prototype and sometimes quicker to corner, but with less seat count and brand clout. The supply argument, NVIDIA partnership and access to GPUs. One of Supermicro's practical advantages has been its collaboration with NVIDIA. During GPU scarcity cycles, having strong partner channel deals and engineering compatibility reduces supply insecurity. Supermicro built early Blackwell-era and liquid-cooled offerings that appealed to hyperscalers and AI labs that wanted density and thermal efficiency. That technical lead has tactical value if the company can keep satisfying large GPU customers at scale. The governance hangover, auditor resignations, Hindenburg, and the SEC/DOJ. This is where the horror movie subplot lives. Last year Supermicro faced a cascade of governance problems. A high-profile short seller report accused the company of accounting irregularities. Later, a major auditor, Ernst & Young, resigned and cited concerns. The company delayed its 10-K filing, and regulators, including subpoenas, probed parts of the business. Those events created a huge reputational overhang, nervous customers, skeptical institutional investors, and a plausible delisting scare. Importantly, Supermicro eventually hired a new auditor and brought its filings up to date, which materially reduced the immediate existential risk. But scars remain, and institutional buyers often demand time and clean audits before they fully return. In plain terms, even if the business recovers operationally, the governance, trust deficit, takes longer to fix. Think of it like a restaurant that had a food safety scare. Even after the kitchen passes inspection, diners might wait weeks before booking again. Some forecast that Smci could hit $60 in 5 years. However, I think given the data center need and related services, Smci could hit highs of $100 in 5 years. Note this as well. Do you want peace at heart? The next day John seeth Jesus coming unto him, and saith, Behold the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. John 1:29. Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven, and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. Revelation 14 verse 7. I appeal to you to fear God and obey his law. For his commandments are sure and his word everlasting. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this, I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful information. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Wait, watch and pray. See you in the next video according to God's will.